Hello everyone, this is Orhan. Welcome to the Classification and Random Forest Application with Python lecture. In this lecture, I'll show you how to use scikit-learn in Python to create trees and random forest models. Let's jump to the Jupyter Notebook to get started. So let's first import the necessary libraries, and then we are going to import the dataset. Okay, now we can import the dataset. Okay, the first row imports the data, second row drops the missing values, the third row shows us the first 5 rows of the data. So this data set is composed of customers. Every single line shows a customer and their characteristic, and the whole purpose of this study is to predict the loan status of customers. Are they going to fully pay or are they going to be charged off? That's the whole purpose. So we are going to create a dummy variable which is going to take a value of 1 for fully paid and 0 for charged off. Okay, in this code, the first line creates a dummy variable for the loan status, which we are going to predict. Second line creates a dummy variable for the column called term. So this column shows whether the loan is long-term or short-term. I want to use that variable instead of deleting it. And then the third row is dropping these variables, which I'm not going to use. Term, I already created a dummy variable. Loan ID is just an ID, which is not useful. Customer ID, loan status, home ownership, and the purpose are the other variables that I will not be using. Now let's take a look at the descriptive statistics of the data. Okay, as we can see from the first row, I have 662 data, and each row shows the descriptive statistics of the variables. So, for example, this is loan dummy is the variable that I'm going to predict. The minimum value is 0 and maximum value is 1. Now I'm going to draw a scatter plot which shows 2 predictors and the loan dummy. This chart shows us 2 predictors, loan amount and credit score, and the blue points represent the charged off customers, orange points represents the paid off customers. Basically, it's giving us an idea how the loans are associated or related with loan amount and credit score. We don't have only 2 variables, but this is just to illustrate the point. I will be using other visualizations just to have an idea about our dataset. I also want to see the histogram, the distribution of income. This is showing me how the income is distributed among the customers. Now let's take a look at the income distribution with respect to loan status. This histogram compares the income distribution of 2 groups. People fully paid are shown in blue, and people who were charged off are shown in red. So basically, visually, there doesn't seem too much difference between the incomes of 2 groups. Now let's take a look at the information of the dataset. Let's define the predictor variables and the outcome variable. Now the train and test split. Now we are starting the decision tree classifier. Okay, decision tree classifier is working. Now we can take a look at the predictions and then draw the tree. Okay, so this is basically the decision tree regressor, and we allowed in this code that only 3 nodes is possible. So maximum depth is 3, but you can change it to, let's say, 10, and then it will be a tree of a bigger size, which is hard to even see. But right now I'm depicting it with 3 nodes. As you can see, the first node picks the predictor years of credit history, and then comes the credit score and then loan amount. So if you try it with a different state, different random state, it might be a little different. Now let's take a look at the confusion matrix. So now precision and recall are 51%. Now let's take a look at the random forest. Okay, random forest classifier works. Now let's have the predictions. If we take a look at the accuracy score of random forest, it is 74%, which means that the model correctly predicted the outcome 74% of the time. Now, if we scroll up and take a look at the accuracy score of the decision tree, it's 64%. So in this example, random forest is superior to decision tree. Lastly, let's run a code which shows the importance of the variables. Okay, so this output shows us the ranking of the importance of the variables. So years of credit history is the most important variable, predicting loan status of the customers. Credit score comes second, loan amount third, and the income is the fourth. That's all about classification and random forest with Python. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. Hope to see you in the next videos. Bye.